Self-help programs often claim to improve health, become more intelligent, save time, feel better, gain confidence, be happy, and transform oneself. However, this approach often persuades individuals that they are unworthy and has the potential to profit quickly. By 2030, the self-improvement sector is expected to grow from around $38 billion to about $80 billion. Americans spend over $11 billion on personal development products, coaching, books, seminars, and apps annually, with over 20 million self-help books sold each year. The personal growth app industry was valued at $1.1 billion in 2023, and 10% of American adults report having participated in a workshop or seminar on self-improvement. Although anxiety and despair are common human emotions, the self-help business often takes advantage of these fears and hardships to profit quickly. With the internet at our fingertips, we can engage in the never-ending doom scrolling that comes with worry by using self-help books, courses, and other resources. They provide a sense of control over our lives, impart lessons on personal development and empowerment, and teach us stress reduction techniques like mindfulness. By providing information on fitness and food, as well as encouraging improved sleep patterns, self-help can improve physical health. However, there is one significant drawback to self-help. No two people have the same experience, so no one-size-fits-all solutions that self-help sites often provide can meet our unique requirements. Different professions may require different professional counsel, and many turn to self-help to overcome obstacles in their careers and improve networking, leadership, and opportunity-finding skills. The self-help sector is filled with both good and bad advice, making it difficult to distinguish between good and bad advice. People often use self-help to live more truthfully and feel like they've accomplished something in their life, just like they do with their work goals. They seek an elusive purpose and meaning that will give their lives a sense of fulfillment. Prepackaged solutions such as exercise routines, productivity tips, and morning rituals are the lifeblood of self-help programs. But not all of these may suit our particular requirements, tastes, or lifestyles. We are still under pressure to conform to these programs, not just because they say so, but also because we observe their success. The desire to discover meaning and fulfillment is by no means a novel idea. The 1930s saw the publication of the first self-help book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie and Napoleon Hill. These books aim to help people improve their interpersonal skills and personal achievement. However, they did not resolve everyone's issues, as self-improvement often requires more than individual work. Large-scale solutions are needed to address pressing issues like food security and climate change. Millions of individuals seek solace in self-help as they deal with unemployment and uncertainty. The self-help industry grew rapidly in the 2010s, especially on the internet, with self-styled gurus using inspiring tales and general remedies to address the conflict experienced by individuals. Bree Brown, a research professor and New York Times bestseller, became the most well-known authority on worthiness, shame, vulnerability, and bravery, coining the phrase wholehearted living. Tim Ferriss's best-selling book, The 4-Hour Workweek, challenged readers to reconsider their habits and lifestyle, as well as their relationship with work. This type of optimization self-help became increasingly popular over the decade. Well-known figures like Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, and Tony Robbins came before them. Social media also entered its prime in the 2010s, allowing anyone to publicly provide counsel to the world with just their views and followers to preach them to. The COVID-19 pandemic raised questions about why we are here, whether we are satisfied or content, and raised new audiences for the self-help industry. People were now reflecting on their life's purpose, questioning their existential concerns, and unsure of their future course. As the world looked for answers and significance, the urge for self-improvement increased to a whole new level, and that search is still going strong today. The world is changing, just as it was in the 1930s. with livelihoods being thrown into disarray, uncertainty reigning, and living under uncertainty is extremely uncomfortable. Asking for assistance is normal and even beneficial. Self-improvement programs and resources often come from influencers or gurus who appear to have an ideal life, leading people to believe they must know how to be happy and have it all. However, self-help can yield a range of outcomes, with 85% of people who begin self-improvement projects giving up within 6 months. This is because they may realize that this one-size-fits-all approach is not beneficial and have irrational ambition. Additionally, some self-improvement programs and seminars can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. The cost of self-improvement can be significant, as the average consumer spends $200 to $500 a year on resources for personal growth, such as podcasts and books. These programs manipulate individuals by encouraging happiness, which is something they cannot always achieve. Engaging in self-help can result in burnout and perfectionism, as the sheer volume of self-improvement techniques available overwhelms about 67% of people. Decision fatigue and paralysis result from this, as people often turn to self-help gurus as idealized role models. The aim of self-help gurus is to make their followers feel envious and set unattainable goals for themselves. Programs often feature success stories of extremely successful, disciplined, or content individuals, which can establish unrealistic expectations for the remaining customers. This can lead to people becoming obsessed with their flaws and become even more unhappy or unsatisfied than they were initially. Many self-help programs cause productivity and efficiency to be overemphasized, as people are taught that their value is determined by the results they produce. The hustle culture of the self-help movement encourages the notion that perseverance is the only way to succeed. This binary thinking leads to failure, as self-improvement techniques do not allow for flexibility or incomplete progress. These all-or-nothing objectives tend to overlook little victories in favor of bigger ones, as everyone has been and will continue to be flawed. There is limited room in the self-help sector for people to voice their struggles with self-improvement, as the self-help business is rife with toxic positivism. The influencer's voice never stops encouraging her fans and telling them that everything will be well, making readers feel disoriented when encountering obstacles. The self-improvement movement has become a popular source of motivation and self-improvement advice, with its pervasive toxic optimism often leading to feelings of doubt and discouragement. This idea is best spread on social media, where influencers often show off their lives in a romanticized manner, putting pressure on followers to measure up. Online self-help experts may exacerbate feelings of doubt and discouragement by presenting highlight reels of their flawless routines, habits, and achievements. Many resources and tactics are available through the self-improvement movement, including books, apps, manuals, seminars, and general ideas. However, for those who feel helpless or helpless, the self-help approach can become too much to handle, leading to FOMO, fear of missing out, and a lack of flexibility. Self-help books can also hinder some of the very things they claim to be promoting by downplaying outside influences such as self-knowledge and sincerity. They often prioritize positivism and discipline over originality and spontaneity, ignoring more individualized and non-traditional forms of self-expression. The self-improvement industry has sometimes made us overly dependent on it, believing that the greatest way to achieve success is to adhere to a program. Success may be about becoming independent, such as financial independence, debt repayment, weight loss, or overcoming trauma. However, we must think for ourselves to discover various forms of independence. The self-improvement industry depends on us continuing to believe that we are incapable of independent thought. The self-improvement movement's monetary worth is thought to be increasing at a rate of around 8% annually, comparable to that of the global apparel business. It is important to consider whether these books, courses, and online seminars are truly as necessary as the clothing we wear, as they can provide valuable insights into personal growth and self-improvement. In conclusion, the self-improvement movement has become a powerful tool for motivation and self-improvement, but it is crucial to recognize the risks and limitations associated with its use. The insatiable consumerism of modern people has led to the commoditization of self-improvement, which often focuses on continuous insufficiency rather than fostering a sense of satisfaction. Capitalism thrives on creating constant need, leading to a desire for capitalist output and frameworks linking production to personal worth. This leads to overwork, stress, and burnout in every aspect of capitalism. We find it difficult to define our value outside of our aspirations for self-improvement, just as we struggle to define our value outside of our employment. Happiness is often framed by capitalism as something that can be acquired or attained through consumerism. Self-improvement products often highlight continuous insufficiency, encouraging consumers to keep buying solutions rather than nurturing a feeling of contentment. The problem with self-improvement is that many consumers find these solutions prohibitively expensive, and the exclusivity of these tools often leaves out underprivileged populations that could benefit the most from them. The commercialization of self-help techniques often leaves out underprivileged populations that may benefit the most from them, making even the least effective and untested techniques look desirable. A quick-fix philosophy that emphasizes structured and readily assimilate solutions is prevalent, but most solutions end up being general and often inapplicable. The biggest red flag in the self-improvement movement is the huge profits produced by self-help gurus and the companies that support them from those seeking guidance. The monetary value of the self-improvement movement is estimated to grow at a pace of around 8% every year, similar to the worldwide clothing industry. Do we really need these books, classes, and online seminars as much as we need clothes? The commodification of self-improvement is a result of modern people's voracious materialism. Self-improvement frameworks tie productivity to self-worth, aligning with capitalism's focus on efficiency and output. The incessant quest for productivity and efficiency makes every facet of capitalism vulnerable to overwork, stress, and burnout. It might be as exhausting to work ourselves constantly as it is to go to a difficult day job every day. Similar to how we all struggle to define our worth outside of our jobs, we might all struggle to define our worth outside of our goals for personal development. What if we were respected just for our individuality and qualities instead? That idea wouldn't fit well with the economic mindset that self-improvement has mostly adopted. Self-improvement solutions can be expensive and exclusive, making them seem exclusive to some customers. The commercialization of these technologies often excludes poor communities that could benefit the most from them, despite proponents of empowerment advocating for empowerment. This exclusivity can make even the least successful and unproven methods appear appealing, as the noise may be so overwhelming that the people with the best-selling and marketing methods win out. The concept of optimization is a common tactic used by self-help gurus, which can lead to addiction and make individuals feel like they are failing themselves. Acknowledging minor victories and setbacks is essential for growth and keeping moving forward without burning out. However, self-help programs may not celebrate victories along the way and keep users focused on the end goal. To maintain their uniqueness, it is essential to stop and appreciate their flaws along the path. Many self-help techniques make the mistake of assuming that since we are all the same advice will apply to everyone. Instead, people should look for flexible frameworks that can be modified to fit their needs, such as researching healthy breakfasts or choosing the one they enjoy most. Cultivating self-compassion and boosting self-esteem is crucial for disrupting the profit-driven side of the industry and breaking off overly critical and perfectionistic inclinations. Obsessive and prescriptive self-help programs have drawbacks as they focus more on making money rather than helping those who join up or use them. It is difficult to leave an industry once we become dependent on its product, as is the case with anything in a capitalistic culture. Self-improvement does not pose a risk, as it is the foundation of the movement and industry. The desire to get better is not a bad thing, but we have been led to believe that we can read, watch, or listen to ourselves to get better. By approaching self-improvement tactfully, we can choose what works for us and discard the rest. We can identify when we are being taken advantage of, reject conformity, and embrace our true selves. Furthermore, acknowledging that our desire to improve does not imply that we are not currently good is essential for personal growth and personal growth.